Howdy, Possum Patty and little Miss Titi here. And we are working on my October journal, the one with the haunted house, not spooky at all cover. And I am doing my Bewitched page, so come on along. I've actually been sitting here for a little while. I've been cutting up some paper. I thought I would make some backgrounds and just cut some paper for pockets and things before I turned the camera on. And let me tell you, one thing led to another. Oh, Titi's knocking her sign. She wants to go out already. She will be back in 30 seconds, I'm sure. So one thing led to another. So I started with a skull, which is the same as the inside cover. And I said, I'm going to use some of my Halloween papers because so far all the pages in this journal are very bright and colorful. I said, I want to use some of that Halloween paper. Now I do have a few packs from Michael's, and let's see, this one is Naturally Scary, and this one is, I bought these last year, I think, you know, at the end of the season on sale. Midnight Garden, love this one, and Dark Magic. Very interesting. This one's very interesting. Look at that. Okay. So I pulled those out. And like I said, I put the skull there. And I thought I would take the cover of the note paper pad, the Bewitched note paper pad, and make maybe, you know, like a flip out kind of thing. And I got this black paper from one of those packs with the gold accent. I thought, well, that's really cool because this is all gold over here. And I was going to flip it this way, like this. And I was all set to do this. And then I was reaching across the desk to get something, and I remembered I threw these things on the table the other day because I found them downstairs in the magical basement. And they are actually altered paper clips, but they are giant, giant altered paper clips. Got the skeleton hand with this sparkly spider here on some creepy cloth with some spider web netting in the background. I got Jack the Pumpkin King here, and this is a slow stitch pumpkin that I had made. And this is what I actually did on Halloween Eve, which was last night. Made some popcorn, and I sat and watched The Nightmare Before Christmas. Love the music in there. So I'm going to have to save this one and do, you know, a page about that probably. And then, you know, there's a bag of some other ones in here. Now, this is a cluster with a steampunk owl and different papers. This one's embossed and a real peacock feather. And I made these a while back. And then I did these leaf clusters to put in the fall journal. So it had the altered paper clips and these clusters. Steampunk one here. That'll probably go in like my Emma journal or my steampunk journal. And ta-da! This one. And for some reason I'm like, look at this purple paper. I want to use this somehow. It's very big. Maybe if I put it at the top, I can have this skull peeking out or something. And this is a Dollar Tree black flower and a purple flower and some creepy cloth and some, oh, I think this is a Dia de los Muertos felt banner piece. And I think the sparkly spider and the leaves. And all this is also from the Dollar Tree. And this netting with the gold leaves. I think these feathers came from Michael's though. Oh, and there's some netting on here with purple. Also, this was quite the project. I was like, and it didn't go in a journal. I'm like, this is definitely going in the journal. I've got to put this in here somewhere. And then I'm like, well, if I flip it out this way, you know, I don't know if I want to do that. But now I want some purple paper, some black paper or some purple paper to kind of go with this. But I do love the skull and the skull. And I was like, let me start over. Let me start over. So I left that there and I turned the page. And I cut a piece of purple paper to go here on this page. And I took away this. It won't go to waste. And I got out this. Now look at this gorgeous purple paper with the purple roses, purple spider web, and the gold accented moth and some gold spiders and the moon and the stars. I love this. All right, so now I'm loving this, like this. And I'm thinking, well, these two sides are kind of plain. And from one of those packs, I got these gold spiders. I said, well, that would be cool. I was thinking of washi tape, but I'm like, no, wait a minute. There's some borders in there. I could use those borders like that. And I got two, one for each side, like that. See what a big difference that makes. And that'll just about fill it up. I put that there. Maybe overlap it a little bit, maybe. Put that there, like that. Meanwhile, I have to craft this paper engineer this whole page here. So I decided I'm going to make a pocket with some of that gold accented black paper, backing the original cover there. And I know this is blue, and I'm making this purple, but that's okay. No problem. And then I got this from one of the packs. I love this. Curiosities and Oddities. And I'm going to make a tuck over here, or a pocket or something. Let's see. I'm going to glue this down on here and here, but I'm going to leave it open on this side and this side, like that. And I'm going to make a journaling card. And I'm going to put a, oops, a pocket here. I'm going to put a hinge here so that this will be like this. And then this will flip open like that. Let me move my journal. Okay. And there'll be a pocket here and a tuck over here. Once I get that all down. And did I stop there? No, I kept going. And for the pocket on this side, I'm going to use a piece of this stationery. Now, I'll link the video below of part 1. But this is definitely part 2. And then this will fold up, and I'm going to put this right here in the pocket. Like that. Inside here, see, now I'm worried about this because this is sticky. I might have to fold that down like that. Because if this gets moist, the glue on here will make it stick to whatever's next to it, and I don't want that. So I might go ahead and glue this down, and then I'll cut out a little figure and put it up there on top of that. And then I have a picture of me and Flat Stanley with the Samantha from Bewitched Statue up in Salem, Massachusetts. And that's going to go there. And then I cut this out from another piece of stationery, Samantha and Darren. That's going to go there. And because they're in the kitchen, I cut this out. Now, when I cut this out, because it's at the top, I made a copy. I put this on my copy machine. I put this on my copy machine right there and copied it on just some regular copier paper because of this glue part there. That might turn into a problem. So this is going to go down here like that. Oh, I know what I could put up here. There's a little cookbook here somewhere. I saw it before. I think I'll put the little cookbook. Oh, here it is. TT's back, yelling at the door. See that little cookbook? I'll put the little cookbook up there. And this is going to go on the bottom. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. Or here. I'm going to write over there. Then I'm going to put a little cookbook there. And then I'm going to put on this side, see the cat there? I cut the picture of Darren out from another piece of stationery, the one where he's turning into a mouse and he's got the little mouse whiskers, because I thought, look at the cat looking up at him and he's turning into a mouse. So that's going to go there. And then all of this is going to go into this pocket here. And then what's going to go in here? Well, I kept cutting things out and cutting things out. Where I put them, I don't know, but hang on. Oh, here it is. Under those clusters. Okay, this is a piece of mailing envelope, and I'm going to use this for the hinge. For this. This will go in here to be the hinge. And then I'll glue it here. And then I will glue this on top of that. And then I'll show you as I'm doing it. I'm just giving you a preview of what's coming up. So here's my very large journaling card. That's going to go in the tuck. Okay, like that. It's going to go right in that tuck. And if you watched yesterday's video, we went into a few shops in Salem, Massachusetts, and I saw this cat. I was like, oh, I love that cat. I love it. It's just very, very vintage, very retro. I might have to try sketching this, see if I can make one. So, but I took the picture of it and just printed it out on a piece of cardstock. I gave it this awesome black and white. Yeah, I gotta go let her in. She's going crazy. What are you doing? What? You want to come in? You want to come in? All that fuss was so I would open the door. Okay. That's going on that side. Then on this side, this is the store it was in, the Emporium 32. They had this little hand card out in front of the store. Mr. Possum actually took that picture. I have a journaling card from the paper pack. And I'm just going to journal a little bit there about the store. And this is my giant journaling card. And then I thought I needed a ribbon at the top. Well, first I got out this ribbon, Dollar Tree ribbon, because we're doing Samantha and it has a witch's hat. And it's purple. And I was loving it. And then I was, wait. In the bag, there's more. In my Halloween bag. Yes, look at this one. Ooh, I was like, yes, black and white, black and white. So I think I'm going to use that one. And I cut a piece of ribbon, which is somewhere here. Okay, it floated away, but I'll find it. It's just amazing how things float away on a table. I'll find it. I know it's here. Oh, here it is, right underneath. Duh. Okay, so that's gonna go there. There's a little ribbon at the top. All right, so that's the plan. That's the plan, unless I start cutting out more things. So we have to go back and back and back and figure out what step one is going to be, because everything has to go in a certain order. I think I can go ahead and glue this down because I'm not going to do any sewing. Everything's going to be glued today. I don't know why I made that decision, but I did. Oh, no, wait a minute. I take that back. That giant journaling card, I'm going to be sewing around and putting this ribbon on over here. So there will be sewing. But on this piece, there will not be sewing. Oh, I know why, because I didn't want to sew on this. So I figured I would just glue everything. But the journaling card will get sewn on. Okay, that was a very long explanation. All right, the edging is on. Look how fun that looks. Oh, big blob of glue right there. Will it come off? Will that come off? I could feel it sticky. Sometimes a damp rag works on shinier paper. Okay. Don't fuss, don't fuss. Now this part is a little trickier. So we'll do this next, and while this is drying, we'll work on the other pieces. So what do I want to do first? Okay, first thing, I'm going to glue this pocket to the inside paper. And as you can see, I cut following the design there. I love to not have a straight edge. And sometimes when I'm doing pockets and parts that move, when I do my paper engineering, I like to use maybe a beacon glue. Although if it's thin paper, I think the tacky glue works just fine. I've got my glue on 3 sides, and I'm just going to put this down. And I don't do anything without getting glue all over everything. Alright, but that's going to work. Beauteous, beauteous. Okay. Now this has to go on here, but this has to get glued between the two like that. But it's got to be the right size for this. So we don't want it any larger than this, because this is what's going to hold it down on this side. So I will just snip this off right there. And I'm going to line it up. Make sure I get everything going the right way here. At the bottom, like that. And then I'm going to glue this piece on. And then I'm going to glue this piece onto that piece over there. And then I'm going to glue this onto the background page. And then I'll be working on all the bits that are going to go inside. All right, this is ready to be attached to the background like that. And we're going to do that by gluing this down on top of this piece of Tyvek. Okay, I think there's going to be a little white space there. I could probably fill that in later if I want to, but that's where the hinge has to move. Might be able to take a black pen and cover that. All right, so let me figure this out. So it's going down this way. So this side and across the bottom. I think I put a little extra glue on the paper here. So I'll probably be doing my October journaling through most of November. And then in between, I have to do my gratitude journaling and my friend mail journaling. All right, let's see if I did this correctly. Okay, we're going to put that right about there. And this will be open over here. All right, so this is going to take a little while to dry. And then I'll probably get a black marker and try to erase that white line. Or put some gold in there. I don't know. I'll do something. Ooh, gold around the edges. I don't know. We'll see. Here's my large journaling card. Yepers, I am loving this black cat. It's so vintage, so retro. I glued everything just like I said I was going to. Emporium 32's on the back, the little hand cart, the little journaling space, and I just put visiting the shops in Salem, love the vintage look of the fat black cat. And I took my card over to the machine and just did some wiggly stitching around the edge. I used some purple thread, and now that ribbon is attached in there pretty securely. And this card is done. So I've got, any glue on here? I've got to do this little journaling card. And this is going to take a few minutes too, isn't it? All right, one thing at a time, and it'll get done. Let's glue the mouse down first. So if you were watching the other video, you know I said there was actually one more reason we went. The first was to take Stanley, Flat Stanley, to go see the Samantha Bewitched Statue, Salem. And the other one was to do a little shopping in the shops. It was actually my intention to get a new sweatshirt, because I do have a purple sweatshirt from Salem that Mr. Possum bought me a few years back. But I wound up getting my possum dress instead of a new sweatshirt. So the third reason that we went to Salem was I wanted to go to the old, I think they call it the old burying point, the old cemetery that's right there in Salem. Now they do have a section where you can walk through, and they have a memorial to all the men and women who were accused of witchcraft and, you know, hung or killed in some way. But I wanted to go into the actual graveyard and find the grave of the fellow who came over on the Mayflower. Yes, the Mayflower. He came over on the Mayflower when he was just a kid, and he is buried in that graveyard. Now, I may have mentioned this at some point, that there's a book called The Mayflower Bastard, A Stranger Among the Pilgrims, written by David Lindsay. And this is the story of Richard Moore, who came over on the Mayflower when he was just young. Now, it says Mayflower Bastard, but it's a bastard in the biblical sense. No, he wasn't a bad guy. He was born out of wedlock. Well, the mother was married, but let's just say her husband is not the father of the child. Yeah, and back in the day, I guess they got divorced. They legally got divorced way back then. And back in those days, even though she divorced him and she had like 3 kids from some other guy, the man who she had been married to, but who was not the father, got custody of the kids, because that was the law, I guess, back then. And he gave them to, like a guardian, and put the 3 kids that were his ex-wife's but not his on the Mayflower with somebody who said they would take care of them, and ship them over to the New World, right? On the Mayflower. I mean, I find this is amazing, right? Because each child would be granted a tract of land over in the New World, and because they were just children, these 3 tracts of land would then belong to the man who was not really their father. And that's about as far as I got. I've got a lot more to read, because it does talk about him moving up to Salem at some point, and he had something to do, I don't know, maybe with one of the judges up in Salem or something. So he lived in Salem for a while, and he's not really involved with the whole witchcraft thing, but maybe gets involved with somebody who is involved with it. Okay, somehow. I don't know. I didn't get that far. I'll let you know what happened. So I got a picture. Well, we took a really nice tour of the graveyard, but you know what? I'm going to show you all that in the video where I'll journal about this, because I'll probably journal about that in my family story journal. I know I love to cosmic smash everything together, but I do have right now a few special journals going, so I don't know how that happened, but you never know what's going to happen here at Soggy Bottom. Okay, the picture's down on the floor. So I'm going to put this picture down somewhere. I want it there. I'm going to put it on this side, and I'm going to journal over here, and I'll be right back. So you may be asking, Possum Patty, why are you going to put the Mayflower Bastard in your family story notebook? And this is my family story notebook, and it's just an altered composition book. I call it Poets, Paupers, Pawns, and Kings. And these are just stories that have been passed down through the family, or connections that I find using WikiTree, which is a free genealogy website. And according to WikiTree, Richard Moore may be my 6th cousin 10 times removed. So I want to write that story in here. Now, I did actually go to what they call an Ancestry Roadshow, and you get like a free half-an-hour talk with a genealogist, and it was very interesting. We had a really good conversation. She gave me a lot of ideas and things that I need to do, and I'll talk about that when I work on that family story notebook. But right now, let's just finish this up. I've got all my parts glued down. Oh, this is my Salem sweatshirt, and you've probably seen me in this purple sweatshirt. It says Wicked Blessed Salem, Massachusetts on it. It's got the these symbols right here mean the maiden, the mother, and the crone. The 3 stages of a woman's life: the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And there is the inside, and there is the outside. And all of that goes inside this. Let me move my glue out of the way. This journal is kind of big, isn't it? Okay, look at the size of the journaling card. So now this will open up, and there's the pocket for the story of Samantha's statue. And that goes right there in the pocket. And now we have a tuck over here, and that is for the large journaling card. And that goes right in there with the kitty peeking out like that. And I tried putting some black in the crack here, but the glue is still just a little bit wet. So we're going to have to let that dry, and then I'll try that again, or I'll find something to put in there, because I don't like the white between the two black, but it may be okay because I got black and white up there. We'll see. We'll see. That is even better. And now the skull is on this side, like that, from the skull page. And the spider's on this side. See the spider there and the little spiders there. And I got my purple added on. So then you take that off, open that up, take this out, open this up, pull this out, all very interactive. And I know Halloween is over, but you can't journal about Halloween until Halloween's over, right? So Halloween has to happen, and then you can journal about it. All right, I will come back and journal on these pages. I'll put some Halloween stuff. Meanwhile, I'm just going to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.